y'all, this is my Salt Lake City ponytail. It's a Ms. B, and we're back with a Salt Lake City review. I'm a little late. I've been busy, okay? But anyway, better late than never. So you see me here, I am here, and I got my brawling ponytail. We're gonna talk a lot about brawling tonight. So it's season 5, episode 12. It opens up with basically, I'm glad it didn't open up like just jumping from, how it ended last week about Meredith's son or whatever. But it opens up with Meredith getting ready for her bat mitzvah. We see her practicing the different traditions, learning things. You see, I think her rabbi telling her this is why we do this and this is why this happens, and you see her practicing her Hebrew, and I mean, she's just, really getting into the mode of, having her bar mitzvah and, getting her faith and prolonging her faith and getting everything together spiritually within herself. I mean, we even see her practicing in her bathtub, baby. She loves a bathtub. I don't even know why she likes bathtubs that much. Bathtubs aren't really good for women in certain areas. I'm not gonna go there, but if you know, you know. Bathtubs ain't that really good that often for women. So I don't know why she loves a bathtub at the moment, but that's neither here nor there. So everybody ends up coming to the bar mitzvah. They kind of outside. They have a little situation. We have drinks. I didn't even know they drink at bar mitzvah. I'm learning a lot. I never knew anything about Judaism. I don't have any Jewish friends, nobody around me. So I only see like things what I see on TV or movies. But I would say this episode was very educational about Judaism for me, because I didn't have a clue. I didn't want to know. I just didn't know. I had nobody to teach me. So it's good to see. Like I said last time, Real Housewives of New York shows the Shabbat dinner. We see the Shabbat dinner last episode with Meredith, and now we're seeing her actual ceremony and everything. So anyway, everybody gathers, get to talking, chatting, drinking. Heather's got to have her espresso martini, which she hasn't had since she threw up in the back of that van, that Sprinter, and when they was in California last season. So she's like, I haven't had one since then. And her daughter threw a little shade at her. So then after that, everybody kind of just trickles in, all the couples, everybody. It was kind of, I was surprised that Meredith invited like everybody, because, everybody not getting along. Like everybody's not getting along. And this is a very, sacred and special moment. I was a little surprised because she didn't invite everybody to Shabbat dinner, but everybody was there. I mean, but that's good though, because she said, it's probably about faith and positivity, bringing positive vibes, and this is her thing. But yeah, everybody was outside. That's a nice little gathering, drinking espresso martinis, nice little scenery. And then when Whitney shows up, she shades Browen. And she tells, she lets know that she's mad at Browen for exaggerating or overtelling or whatever about what she said to Lisa. Lisa, get on my nerves, Barlow. But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, Whitney, you did say it. They rolled the clip. Obviously, I don't see this until we see it, because you literally said what Browen said. Again, they begin all chatting. People study arriving. You see Meredith's families, different people. You see friends. You see everybody congregating. And then the Millie girl show. Millie? What is this? Would somebody let me know what this lady name is? The lady, Millie. She's a B-cast. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Millie or Melly. She's a B-cast, and I only heard her say 5 words through this whole season. 5 words. But anyway, she shows up, which is, I find random, because I'm like, does she even know Meredith like that? To be showing up to something special like that. But anyway, and Angie walks in and she shades Browen. Again, my Browen ponytail. Everybody hates Browen. Browen must be a serious threat. I mean, because these girls, I never seen them so pressed and bothered by one person. And Broadway handles it, baby. She handles it well. Much respect to a woman that can hold her own. Okay? Anyway, moving on. They all, they still talking and talking. And then somebody asks where Mary is. And then they show a scene 1 week earlier with Mary and Angie in the kitchen. And Mary was like, she couldn't even talk. She was just like, I have a lot going on. And Angie was like, I'm here if you need me. And she's like, I just gotta take care of my family. And she said, I'm not trying to pry, but whatever you're going through, I'll be there. And then she said, Mary was so choked up, she couldn't even speak. She was like, I'm sorry. And she said one thing that I know is true. She said, I just give it to God. That's all. She said, everything I do, I go to God to get me through it. And amen to that. Because, girl, that's what we all do. When times is rough, what you do? Just give it to the man. So moving on, the bar mitzvah gets started, and everybody starts sitting down, and they start doing a traditional ceremony and doing all the things. Oh, I skipped something. Before the bar mitzvah gets started, before the ceremony gets started, we can kind of see horses, coming in and out of the scene, in and out of the scene. And then finally you see Meredith and her family are arriving on horse and carriage. Forgot that part. And when did Heather become such a Meredith fan? Like, I understand that's her bar mitzvah, but she was like, I love this. I'm like, girl, calm down. Oh, I forgot. She had a lot of espresso martinis, so that's probably why she was so hyped. Because I was like, girl, she just come in on horse and carriage, do some snow with her kids. I mean, she didn't fly from the skies, come down a mountain on a ski slope and come to the bar mitzvah. She just came, horse and carriage. But okay, girl. Heather, girl, okay, girl, do that. Anyway, like I said, they go into the ceremony, very educational. Everyone gets really emotional. They go through all the traditions, all the things that you have to do, to truly accept this faith. And Meredith speaks, her family speaks, her husband speaks. And then Brittany makes a comment like I'm not sure what it's called. I'm not going to even say it because I don't want to disrespect anybody. But what she was wearing during her ceremony, Brittany made a comment. It was like, it matches her dress. And then they show a scene where actually I'm not sure what it's called, that she's wearing is actually her husband's, which is really cute. And he was very emotional. Her kids, it was cute. It was a lot of little things I saw. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Never seen that before. And then they get the ceremony going up, and I chuckle because Mary shows up. Mary shows up very late. But yet, Mary shows up. But child, Mary showed up looking through every window of that building. I was like, where's production? A camera is literally following her to look through every window. And you can literally see behind, I don't know if they call it the pulpit. We do in my religion. Behind the pulpit, whatever you call it, when they're doing a ceremony and doing everything, you could see Mary like looking through the window. Everybody sees her. The camera's following her. I'm like, why nobody just don't tell this lady what the entrance is? I know she's late. The ceremony, maybe they didn't want to stop the ceremony or whatever, but I know there had to be a distraction to see this lady looking through the window while they trying to do all the ceremony, and it's very emotional and it's very important. And here go Mary. Only Mary. What is it? I can't see nothing. The thing is black. What is, am I at the right place? Girl, only Mary. Only Mary. And then Mary comes in there. You ever see somebody come in church late? In the black community, we have this thing called church finger. I don't know why we do it. I was just raised to do it. If you come in church late, or you walk in during church, you got to go to the bathroom during church, or you trying to sit down when church already started, you kind of poke your head down and you put up your finger. It's like a form of respect. I don't know what the finger's supposed to mean or do. It's like, excuse me, I'm sorry. And you got to tuck your head. You got to make sure you tuck your head with your finger high. That's how you walk to the seat when you late to service. But not Mary. Mary, excuse me. The whole ceremony still going on. She trying to sit by Angie, stepping on everybody. I'm I'm like, girl, Mary. Now, you a pastor, ain't you? Are you still a pastor? I don't know. Girl, you know you ain't supposed to just come up with people's stuff like that. And she said she showed up because she's very, you know, religious and spiritual, and this was a big deal. So she wanted to be there for Meredith. But Mary, girl, like, you done went through every window in around the whole building, poking your head through the whole thing. Then you show up, excuse me. Girl, you know we supposed to do church finger. And then usually if you show up late, too late, you find the first seat you can find in the back, so you won't make a big scene. Anyway, Mary's gonna be Mary. Mary gonna marry, okay? So, moving on, you know, Meredith does this very good speech. I mean, in this climate, everything that's going on in the world, she made a very good speech. You know, it's been a lot of things being said about her community, her faith, and vice versa. And she said, you know, I wish we all could get along. All religions, all faiths, anything that you believe in, if we could just come together. In the words of Michael Jackson, make this world a better place for you and for me. Cause Lord, it gets rough out here sometimes in this world. Anyway, moving right along. After the ceremony, after they go through all the traditions, I even seen this little thing where her kids were like blocked, like holding hands. I don't know if they were holding hands because they were emotional, but I don't know. It was a lot of different like traditions I didn't know about. Like, this was a very educational episode as far as Judaism. I did not know. So anyway, after the ceremony is over, everybody congregates to eat. That's one thing we do have in common in every religion. After a ceremony, we gonna eat, okay? We gonna eat. We might not be eating the same thing, but we're gonna eat. So everybody congregates to eat. Then Mary comes up to Meredith and they talk. And I see this really different Mary. I guess, you know, the stuff she got going on with her son. She did say this too. The stuff she has going on with her son is way more important than some trivial, you ran out of my house. And she said, you know, I was upset because my friends don't treat me like that. They don't leave my house. And she said, I'm also sorry if you feel like I was putting you out of my house. They hashed it out. That was good to see. Then we get to see Bronwyn and Angie talking. Bronwyn wants, the whole night though, everybody's, Bronwyn da-da-da-da, and Bronwyn da-da-da-da. Do you see Bronwyn over there? I'm like, Bronwyn is obviously that girl. This is my Bronwyn ponytail. She's that girl. And I'm like, she is making this season. I mean, they're making this whole season about her. And the thing that bothers me the most is everybody doesn't understand they're playing a role that they're blaming Bronwyn for. Y'all all talking about each other. Like, I don't get it. And she just calls it out. So her and Angie get to talking. And Angie starts off with that voice, you know. She has a low hair, like a raspy little voice sometimes when she started trying to talk real serious. And they start to talk about, and Bronwyn was like, are you going to tell me, no, are you going to apologize for telling me to shut the F up? And Angie was like trying to talk, you know, I'm still, you know, whatever. And Brian was like, no. And no. I want you to apologize for you kept telling me to shut the F up 11 times the other day. If you ain't doing that, we ain't talking. Of course, then Angie got activated. Then they start going back and forth. And then Angie brings up the reference because Brian was trying to make like that was like, you cursing me out, basically. And then Angie was like, well, there's no difference when you told Lisa Barlow something about DICK when they were in Palm Springs, when Lisa Barlow called Heather, and when Bronwyn walked away, then Bronwyn came back out, and her and Lisa had the exchange, and she said, you know, you want me to act like this, I have to constantly ride you all the time. So Angie goes on this whole D word, but you said D word, but you said D, but didn't you say D? But what about the D? I mean, that's Angie just. I think Angie was drunk too. Did she have a lot of express on my cheese? She was just dick. Oh, like girl. Then we see enters Todd, Bronwyn's dad. I mean, not daddy, husband, and he pulls her away. And once he pulls her away, they go to the bar. And I want to say I saw a lady standing at that bar. Did he tell her to move? Am I right about that? Did he tell her to move? I know it was a lady standing on. I don't think she was a cast member. She was somebody there, obviously close to Meredith. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you get privacy." And Brolin was like kind of upset that when he came over there, he was like kind of like more sympathetic toward Angie and like agreeing with her. And Brolin was like, I understand you're being respectful to the ladies, but you got to take my side too. And they kind of go back and forth. And then, it's just like, honestly, it's the whole night is everybody hates Brolin. This is like videos I did a couple of weeks ago. Why does everybody hate this lady? I understand everybody has a flaw. She's new to this. I mean, everybody's been on the show for years, but the whole night was honestly, more about Brolin than it was Meredith's my bat mitzvah. So then Lisa get on my nerves, Barlow, and Whitney start getting into it. Because Whitney's trying to say what Brolin said it wasn't true. Again, we're talking about Brolin. Then Lisa said, "No, Whitney, you're not telling the truth. You always do this. You always make up stuff. That is not true. You said what you said. Say what you said." And this is the first time that I've seen Whitney so unlikable. I don't really like you this season, Whitney. Not sorry, but you're getting on my nerves too. I'm gonna like lump you in with Lisa, get on my nerves, Barlow, and you too. Because you said it. Say what you said and stand on your word. Like, why are you continue trying to put it? Everybody in this group is blaming this one person for everything. I don't understand it. So anyway, Angie and Brittany start talking about this slut comment that was made at Mary's dinner. How long ago that was now? And Brolin kind of chimes in, was like, "Well, Angie, I hate to bust your bubble, but Brittany called you a slut as well." And Angie goes off. That's why I said, was Angie drunk? Angie goes off on Brittany's. She said, "Your lace front a slut, your tracks a slut, your leave-in a slut, your clip-ins a slut, your face a slut, the back of your neck is a slut, the edge control you use is a slut, the got to be glue you got to have in your head is a slut. Look at you, you just a slut, and then slut. Your mama a slut, your pappy a slut, everything slut. All day you a slut, Brittany." I was like, damn, Angie. Girl. Like, girl. She went in on Brittany. Girl, she was like, the way you wearing your hair is a slut. She said, you giving bodies. You giving bodies. I ain't giving bodies. Look at my hair. She pointed to Lisa. Look at her hair. Look, we ain't giving bodies. You giving bodies. Everything about you just slutty. You just slut. I was like, girl. Dang, Angie, girl. Go in on Brittany, so bad. I was like, Brittany, girl, I was like, instantly in my head, I was like, you know what? It's going to make Brittany feel real good, real better, but much better. Go call that Osmond boy. But no, what she did is she goes crying. It kills me when they run off crying. And apparently she ran behind some curtain where Meredith's kids were, the son and the daughter. And he was like, why? They were like, why are you crying? And she was like, because Angie called me a slut. And then Meredith's kids go tell her, and she see Brittany crying, and she says, "Why are you crying?" She's like, "Cause Angie called me a slut." And Meredith did her "you can leave" spiel again. She's like, security. It's like, you and your husband get out. I was like, ooh, not the husbands. The husband too can get out. And the whole time you can see, because Meredith's mother, sister, everybody was there, as they should. And you can see like her sister in her ear, like trying to calm her down a little bit. And is it me? Or was that the same security that Jen Shaw had on season 1? Because they put their names at the bottom of there. And I remember, I'm getting hot. All the slut. I'm getting hot. Wasn't it? I want to say that's the same security that Jen Shaw had at that party that she did for Meredith on season 1. I think that's the same security. And they put their names down there. I'm not 100% sure, but they look real familiar. And for them to put their names down there, I mean, they could just put their names down just because, but they gave them like their actual names and then the name of their company. Which I was like, I think that's Jen Shaw's ex-security. But anyway, Meredith did her "you can leave" spiel like she did before, and Angie went out bopping, and you didn't do this, and you ain't do that, and I don't care. I've been put out of better places. I don't give a F. Da, 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 da. And the security just closed in. Then they try to hand her a jacket. She said, "That ain't my jacket. That's Brittany's jacket." I was like, "Ooh, baby, Angie is activated." She said, "Don't y'all forget I'm Greek, honey. Okay?" She said them Greeks know how to cut up. She was cutting up. I mean, the security was still behind her, like they was doing a little Kim dance. Trying to get her up out of there. She was talking crap. So finally they all got in the hallway. And Lisa Barlow and Mary comes out like, "Angie, what happened?" And then Angie just gives a very... I was like, "Girl, was you looking at the same thing or the same place everybody else was?" Because what she told Mary and Lisa Barlow was very minimal to what actually happened. Like, girl, you went off on that girl. And then after Meredith did a "you can leave" spiel, you was going off still, threw the girl jacket down and everything. But, all Brittany needed was to call that Osmond boy. That's all she needed. So then after that, everybody, once Angie gets kicked out, everybody kind of starts to leave. And then the bar mitzvah ceremony after party thing is kind of over. And then Lisa Barlow says, "Well, next week, next coming up, I can never say this city right in Mexico. And I want to go there so bad. It's Puerto Vallarta. I cannot say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't say it, but I want to go there because I've been hearing everybody goes there. I've been in Cancun, Cabo, but I definitely want to go there. Puerto Vallarta. Y'all know what I'm saying. I can't say it, but I want to visit that. I want to go there so bad. A lot of people I know have been there recently, and they say it's very, very nice and it's much more chill and laid back than Cancun. But that's kind of how the show ends. And then for some reason, I don't know who thought this production or whatever, thought it was great for Lisa Barlow. They put a pause button and Lisa Barlow goes on to talk about, "I don't like this person. She don't like this person. They don't like this person. Mary don't like this person. Everybody," and basically saying nobody likes anybody. And she essentially planned this trip before everybody didn't like everybody. And I'm like, Lisa Barlow, no, everybody did not liking everybody. But this is what happens with these housewife shows. When everybody gets like this is when the show starts to get unbearable. Because when it gets to this point, it gets a whole bunch of chatter and cattiness all the time and arguing, and it gets uncomfortable and annoying to watch. That's what happens. That's why I stopped watching Potomac. And then it becomes like, okay, every episode is going to be the same thing. And it's kind of already happening. Every episode, they arguing and screaming and yelling. Everybody hates Baldwin all the time. Baldwin, I feel like at the reunion, Baldwin going to be in the seat next to Andy. I mean, she has to be. She has to be. Because they was blaming everything on her. And she kept saying, like, these are the things that y'all are saying about each other. I don't understand. So anyway, everybody hates everybody, and Lisa Barlow did this whole recount, and she said before she planned the trip, and I'm like, girl, you already know everybody like I said anyway. So we'll see next week when they're in Mexico. But I stayed to watch What Happens Live because I knew Mary Cosby was be on there, and we had the really sad last week's episode with her talking to her son, and Andy kind of starts off real softly talking to her, asking her about her son. She starts to get emotional, and he reads a tweet from Dr. Simone from Married to Medicine, and was like, he just wanted to tell her, like, everybody in the Bravo family is like, we with you, girl. Like the fans, the other cast. He said not just the fans, castmates, producers, everybody is here for you, girl. Like, we're rooting for you and your son to get better, and your family to get better. Mary's still very emotional, as she should. And she said that scene was like raw. Like at some point, she said, we have to talk. We have to talk about this. And they chose to do it in front of the cameras because she said they feel like talking about this in front of this platform could help someone. But she was still real emotional, real choked up, to the point where Andy was like, okay, I'm not going to ask you no more questions. She did let us know that Robert Jr. is out of rehab. He did a whole month. He's great. Then Andy asked her, was Robert Sr. there? She was like, yes, I needed him because he was familiar with drugs. I was like, Mary, you're like, you ain't got to tell us that your husband did drugs too. Baby, that Mary is going to say anything. And then she said that, honestly, that Robert Jr.'s wife is still in rehab. Like I said on my last review, you could clearly tell they both were on heavy drugs. Like when Mary came in the room that time and they was in their bed, how they was looking. And so he really is married. Remember last season, they was like, is your son married? I think somebody asked Mary, and Mary had to go ask, are you married? Which was weird. But anyway, that's the update on Mary from Watch What Happens Live. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched that part when she was talking about her son. And it's good to see that, it's better. But the whole episode was basically about, Meredith bar mitzvah and the ceremony and, seeing a lot of educational things with the, Judaism and then it turned into, everybody gonna eat after a ceremony. No matter what religion you are, you gonna eat. And then it was a everybody hates brawling again fest. And we're gonna see if it continues on to Mexico. Well, anyway, that's my review of Housewives of Salt Lake City. And we'll see how it goes next week. But I do want to go to that. I've been saying it. Actually, I'm thinking while I'm recording this. But anyway, we'll see how it goes next week. And this is it for my review. Bye.